as I said before, there is so people speak on Vedanta and Atma Sadhana. Ishwaranandagiri is one of them. Wonderful Brahma
was spoken so nicely on several occasions, and quite a bit of it is available on YouTube. So Kameshwar had sent me one link, and he was talking about prasthana. Prasthana is the way to go, the way to do sadhana. And the prasthanatraya, everyone knows, the Brahma Sutras, the Upanishads and the Bagavad Gita. These are the path showers or the path finders, the one which gives us the path to go. And so, we are trying to understand the sadhana patha, the way, the path, the method by which we can internalize and reach the Supreme Brahman. Not that he is somewhere out there, but there is something that the manifestation has to do in order to merge into the unmanifest, or the Supreme One, which is manifestation and beyond manifestation both. And so we are discussing the Upanishad, and as part of the Upanishad we are discussing the Bhagavad Gita, and we are at the point where, to resolve this internal conflict, we are trying to move into a modality which can help us transcend the conflict. That is why, as I said in the last class we were discussing, I said, why is it that he told it to Arjuna and not to Duryodhana? Although, because there is a receptivity, although Duryodhana also knew what is adharma, it was not his pravritti. Well, he knew what was dharma, it was not his pravritti, it was not his nature. He knew what was adharma, there was no way he could get out of it. But very clearly, we are all blessed, without doubt, to try and make the path our own. Not saying that it is nachame nivrittihi, there is nothing I can do about it, I have to follow adharma. It's not like that. And therefore, he has given us the mumukshutva, he has given us the dharma patha, and he has given us the opportunity to interact with self-realized souls, maybe physically, maybe through books, to internalize the text which Gita Acharya and Krishna himself and Bhagavan himself has given. And therefore, what is our duty is to do the Shravana, of course, which we are doing, we are hearing. We have to next do the Manana, which is the thinking about it, the internalizing, and then the Nididhyasana, further to that, to be the application of that. So we cannot stop at the point of Shravana. We have to do the internalization and we have to do the application of the same. Only then we can get there. So in the 6th chapter, after having discussed the conflict, the resolving of the conflict through Jnana Yoga and through Karma Yoga, he is coming into Dhyana Yoga, or the path of meditation. How to do the meditation. How to meditate. Adukku munnadi he says, which is where we were, Uddharet Atman Atmanam Atma na Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva hi Atmano Bandhuhu Atma eva Ripuratmanaha. So we are our best friend and we are our worst enemy, undoubtedly. As somebody was saying, see, I don't like him, I can move away from him, but I don't like myself, where do I move? Right? And so I have to be my best friend. If I'm my worst enemy, I can't even run away from myself. Where will I go? Only I am there with myself. No, all the 24/7, who is there with me? Only me. And so it's better that we make ourselves our friends. rather than make ourselves our enemy. So in the very next verse he says, Bandhuratma atmanastasya yenatmaiva atmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varteta atmaiva shatruvat. So he says, who is one's friend? If I have to be my own friend, what do I need to do? That is also defined. It's not that just saying, okay, you have to be your best friend, you could be your enemy, so better you be your friend. Adoda netikardilla. He doesn't stop there. He says, how can you be your friend? Bandhuratma atmanastasya yena atma atmana jitaha. So we have to win ourselves by ourselves. Not only lift, win yena atmaiva atmana jitaha. This I was just thinking about how we can, this mind of ours can fool us so often. In a second, let us take this story. I've talked about this before also, but the story of Vishwamitra is very beautiful. Okay, he is a Rajarishi who is striving to be a Brahmarshi. There is, like all of us, we are all regular people wanting to become Brahmagyanis. But then at every point in time, his test comes in the form of himself. That's why I wanted to discuss that over here again, although we've discussed it many times. He himself becomes his own enemy at every point of stage in his sadhana. When the test comes, he fails. Then again he has to start. Then when the test comes, he fails. Again he has to start. When the test comes, he fails. Again he has to start. And finally, only when he gives up everything, he becomes the Brahmarshi. First stage, he goes and he fights, he gets angry when in Vashishta doesn't give him the cow, the sacred cow, Nandini. Anga pora, ashramathukku pora, all these people, they go to the ashrama, the king and his retinue, the Rajarshi and his retinue, go to the ashrama of Vashishta. Vashishta, what does he do? He feeds them all in plenty. Rajarshi wondering how this one small ashrama can give such fantastic food. Then asks Vashishta. Vashishta says, no, it is Nandini who provides everything. He wants to possess Nandini. He asks for Nandini and says that everything that belongs in this kingdom should belong to me. Ego starts playing its role. And then he gets angry. He gets angry and decides to fight Vashishta. Is it possible to fight a Brahmagyani? Not possible. So he loses, but at that point in this, when we were depicting the story in Rasa Day, I want to just chant that song, or rather share that song with you over here. Oru nodiyil naan gavanam izhandhen. In that one moment, I lost my attention. Okay, oru nodiyil Naan ahandayai valarthen. And in that time, in that moment, what did I do? I lost my attention to the source of the only doer. I lost my attention to the source and I allowed my ego to grow. Oru nodiyil naan gavanam izhandhen, oru nodiyil naan ahandayai valarthen, oru nodiyil naan kobam konden mannikkanum Swami, he says. When he gets to know that when that moment of knowledge comes that, oh my goodness, I should not have got angry. He says this, that in that one moment, I lost my cool. I lost my attention. I lost and allowed my ego to grow, and I allowed anger to come in. So please forgive me. Then he says, Arul nodiyil naan gavanam konden. When the grace comes, the attention goes in. Arul nodiyil naan gavanam konden. Arul nodiyil naan ediriyai edirthen. Arul nodiyil naan inbam konden vanangugiren Swami. So what happens when does the joy come in? When we have allowed ourselves to face that ghost within us, the ediri within us, send him out, and then we are victorious. And what happens then? Arul nodiyil naan inbam konden. What happens? Then we get joy. We don't get joy at the other moment. Right? So, yena atmaiva atmana jitaha. We have to win ourselves. So when we see that, when that attention comes, that oh goodness, let me control myself. Self-control. Self-control is the adhara everywhere in any Vedanta discussion, self-control is of great value. So you bring that in. Then what happens in Vishwamitra's own case? He has anger, he has lust also. He gets caught with Menaka, and then again there is the fall. Then he has, after all the negative qualities of tests, which he is undergoing tests. He gets the test of Trishanku wanting to go to Swarga in his own body, human body. And that is not possible. But what does Vishwamitra do with his tapas shakti? Creates a Swarga for him. Doesn't he have to begin all over again? So that is compassion. Even compassion is a test. Where should it be put, and how and where? Do I need to use my tapas shakti to help that person go into a Swarga if God has not wanted it to happen? Why do I need to create one in between Swarga, which is neither Swarga neither here nor there? And there is a virtual, now everything is virtual, no? We are seeing virtual this, virtual that, virtual this, virtual that. இருக்கிற virtuality போராதுன்னுட்டு அந்த இன்னொரு virtual அதுக்குள்ள. You have the virtual experience of flying, you have the virtual experience of swimming, you have the virtual experience of watching a movie. As it is, everything is virtual. So further virtual. So there he goes. So imagine Vishwamitra. What are all of us? What great tapas. So much of tapas he had done. Not an ordinary muni. Greatest, one of the greatest munis. அவருக்கே அந்த டெஸ்ட் வரும்போது நமக்கு எத்தனை டெஸ்ட் வரும் டெய்லி, டே இன் அண்ட் டே அவுட். ஸோ வி நீட் டு பே அட்டென்ஷன் டு வெதர் வி ஆர் அட் தட் மோமெண்ட் பீயிங் அவர் ஓன் ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆர் பிகமிங் அவர் ஓன் enemy. See, counterproductive. There has to be a purpose to what we do. There was this driver in my grandfather's house, and everyone was going to the station, and he had to drive the family to the station. Okay, and what happened, as usual, family packing late, everything late. He came inside and he told, I'll give you 5 more minutes, otherwise I will leave. What is the point if he leaves? He had to drive us over there. So it's like that, purposeless, absolutely purposeless. We don't know what we are doing. So at that time, what are we? Definitely our own enemy. येनात्मैव आत्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेत आत्मैव शत्रु. So there are many moments where in a waking day we can recognize that we are our own enemy, and at that time, if by Arul Nodi, as that grace, we are able to recognize that Gavanam Konden, Yediriye Yedirten, then we are fine. Inbam Konden, then we will get pure joy, Inbam Konden, and there will be absolute grace.